here in the United States. As the first USA shareholder and a distinguished member of the Executive Leader Council for Experior, Erik brings an unparalleled level of expertise and commitment to the table. With an unwavering dedication to helping thousands of individuals seize this remarkable opportunity, Erik stands as a beacon of knowledge, possessing great understanding of every facet of this opportunity. So get ready to be inspired as he shares insights that could reshape your future. Please join me, come off of mute, in welcoming the visionary, none other than Mr. Erik Robinson.
Welcome.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Mary, for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate the introduction, and wow, I'm just excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna jump right into the information because I know it's not about me. Dr. Mary did a wonderful introduction. A couple of things, and I want to give back to her. She's such a lovely, powerful young lady, and if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have been able to do what we've been doing. So she's my lovely wife. She did a great introduction, so I'm gonna skip some of my introduction here that you see. You can read it for yourself, get a little bit of background on me. But what we're here to talk about is the opportunity Experior Financial Group. Who is Experior? Why was you invited? Experior is an IMO, which stands for Insurance Marketing Organization. The company was founded in Canada 2014. But here's the beautiful part. The company was created by agents for agents. And as I go through this presentation, you're going to kind of get the feel. One of my mentors and coaches once said, you can tell the heart of a company by the compensation plan and the business structure, right? And so once you see that, you're going to realize this is for agents by agents. Headquarters in Guelph, Ontario. But just a couple of years ago, Experior decided to be the first Canadian company to venture into the U.S. market. They ventured to the U.S. market, and now Experior is now licensed in all 50 states. And now we got a headquarters right here in Buffalo, New York, and expanding across the country. Well, here's the timeline. 2014, got started, surpassed 200 licensed agents, start to grow. And then they start having some really good growth and got recognized in an insurance journal. And for those of y'all, the insurance journal is kind of like getting recognized in Sports Illustrated, or if you're a model, getting recognized in GQ or Vogue. So we was featured in that magazine several times, expanded across all throughout Canada. But 2021, which is where a majority of us are sitting in the United States. And we do got some Canadian folks. So we have people on the Zoom from both sides of the border. 2021, Experior crossed over and came to the US. Things started to change for Experior. Things started to change for people in the financial services industry. They changed the game. 2022, they're now licensed in all 50 states. And we like to say our official launch is in 2022. So that's just a year ago. So if you're seeing something, I want you to put your business hat on from here on out. Put your business hat on and understand something. You're at the ground floor of a company that's not ground floor. How cool is that? We get to be at the ground floor of the United States of America with a company that's not ground floor, and a company is looking to expand internationally in 2024, looking to go into Mexico, looking to go into Puerto Rico, looking to go to other countries, the UK, right? You start thinking about it, we're going there. So just start thinking about the people you know and where we can grow, all right? Now, you start to ask yourself, hey, Erik, why now? What's the big deal about insurance? What's the big deal? Why was I introduced to this business? Ladies and gentlemen, the financial services is a $1.5 trillion industry, 7.4% of U.S. gross domestic product. Think about this, $1.5 trillion every year is generated in the United States in the financial services. I want y'all to Google. Let me find some smart people out there, so don't take my word. Google what industry is most likely to make you a millionaire. You Google what industry is most likely to make you a millionaire. Don't take my word, trust Google, right? And you're going to find out financial services is one of the top 3 all the time. But it's an industry that most people never talked about. It's an industry that most people never heard about. Why? Globally, look what financial services is. We take the health industry, which we all know what is this, right? Entertainment, we've all heard of that. That's a $1 trillion industry globally. Telecommunications is a $2 trillion global industry. Travel, ooh, everybody loves to travel. Travel. $9 trillion. We're talking about trillion with a T. But financial services, add them all up, it's a $140 trillion industry globally. So y'all, here's the thing. It's an industry that has always been a giant, but most people never had access. Most people never understood. They only wanted you to be a consumer. I kind of had a problem with that. They only wanted you to be the consumer. But I'm telling you what happened. Something called COVID hit, and the industry had to go from word of mouth personal to now it's digital. You used to only can get this information and you could go to somebody's office, right? Bankers, they call it bankers hours, 9 to 5. Unless you was invited to somebody's office where the vast majority of Americans was at work, you didn't get this information. COVID happened and they had to bring this information online. So now what we are doing, we're bringing Wall Street to Main Street. There's a big movement using social media, using things like this Zoom to get the word out, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that important? 46% of Americans don't have life insurance. Now, I know some of y'all are well off and you're fully covered, but you know what? If I took the statistics, it says over 20 people on this Zoom don't have life insurance. Maybe not 20, my math could be a little bit off, but are you understanding what I'm saying? There's a vast population that need this when 100% of the US population is expected to die at some point in time. Look at these numbers, 102 million people are underinsured or uninsured. See, when I saw these numbers, I put my business hat on. I started thinking 102 million people, that's a lot of people. That means this is a marketplace that's going to constantly grow because every day somebody's being born and every day somebody is dying. So every day somebody's needing our insurance policy, whether they're being born and need to get coverage or at the time of death, they wish they had coverage. We want to make sure they're covered, ladies and gentlemen. See, what we have done, we have simplified the complicated. We empower people with education. It's been a scary thing. Life insurance is not something people like to talk about. I don't know why. It's just one of those things people don't want to talk about. But here's the thing. You talk about life insurance, it's not just insurance, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the full suite of financial services. The wealthy people have figured something that they not necessarily want to share. They use life insurance as a vehicle to secure and protect wealth and transfer it for generations to generations. I'm going to say that again. They use life insurance as a vehicle to secure and create wealth so they can transfer it from generations to generations. See, here's the statistics according to Bankrate. If you took 100 people at age 65, 54 would still be depending on the government, maybe depending on family, Social Security, right? Depending on something. 36% would still be working. See, we always think 65 is that retirement age, but most people can't retire. And those who do retire are probably dependent. Only 5% of Americans, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be able to retire comfortably or okay with $1 million in net worth. Let that sink in. You got to ask yourself, which category do you want to fall in? You know, here's another alarming statistic. This is one of the things that got me. And I'm going to be transparent with y'all tonight. I got started in this industry because I saw a business opportunity. I've been an entrepreneur for many years, and it just made sense. I didn't have an insurance and financial service background, but I understood I had money coming in my bank and money going out of my bank. And I really, sometimes the money was going out faster than it was coming in. Can anybody relate to that? And so I saw there was a need. I had family members that passed away. I saw there was a need, and I saw I could bring this need to them and get compensated. But as I start to learn, I start to grow, I start to understand the importance of what we do. Most people are not prepared for retirement. We always talk, we're going to ride into the golden age. And at my age, retirement is looking like closer and closer and closer. But see, here's the statistics. 26% of the population at age 65, when it comes time to retire, they won't even have $1,000 in their bank account. 74% of the population in the United States will retire with less than $100,000. Now, $100,000 in your bank account today may seem great if you only have 1,000, 10,000, 20, 30,000. It's like, man, if I had 100,000, that's not bad at all. But think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the average income in the United States is household income is somewhere around 58, 60,000. Let's call it $60,000 a year, average household income. At 100,000, that means you have less than 2 years to survive on the income you have. We got to fix that. And this is a problem that's been going around for generations and generations and generations. Some families leave generational wealth, and some families leave generational bills. I had to make this switch. You know, one of my business partners said, Eric, you know what? If you don't come from a wealthy family, then by golly, you got to make sure a wealthy family comes from you. See, here's the thing. Most people don't know where to go to put their money. Simply put, smart people, great people, but they haven't got the financial literacy because of schools and nobody teaches you. The average person puts their money in the bank account. You're getting 0.5% to 2.4% return. Now, you may be doing far better than that, but I'm talking about the average citizen. That's what they do. They put their money there. I was the average guy. I had the credit union, so I thought I was doing better because I was getting maybe all close to 1%. My money is safe, it's liquid, but there's no growth, right? And it's not tax-free. With all the interest at the end of the year, my bank gave me a statement saying, hey, here's your interest you made, and you got to file that on your taxes. Or you got the retirement account. Not a bad thing. Having that 401k, right? But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You got pretty good growth, but it's not safe. 2022, a lot of people saw their 401ks take a 20 to 40% hit. It's not liquid. Liquid means you have access to it. You can go to ATM. You can come and get your money within a day. See, this right here is not liquid. Your 401k, if you have an emergency, you can write your HR, write to the department and request and ask them to give you some of your money back. You can kind of beg them to give you some of your money back. They'll give it to you at a penalty. They'll charge you a penalty and a fee to take your money out if you need to before age 65. Ladies and gentlemen, see, there's this thing, this is something about that. And tax-free, no. Can we take your money out of your 401k? You're going to get taxed. Matter of fact, if you leave it, you can't even let it sit. Some people say, Eric, I got my money, I'm just gonna let it sit. If you let it sit past age 72, they will start giving you a penalty. The IRS would penalize you maybe up to 50% of your money. Why? Because when you take it out, you get taxed at the rate of employment income. Ladies and gentlemen, tax is a big thing. So you look at that growth, when you take it out, you might get a 25 to 40% tax hit on your retirement income. So 1/3 of your income is already gone to Uncle Sam when you're looking to retire. See, down at the bottom, this is what the wealthy and the upper middle class have figured out for years. They used insurance as a tax vehicle. And then last year, the IRS passed a code, another law, IRS tax code 7702. You can look that one up. IRS tax code 7702 now allows you to put even more money into your life insurance policy. People are using life insurance policies, ladies and gentlemen, to protect their wealth, to protect, grow, and transfer their wealth. We have some products that can grow at 2 to 12% or more. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any rates. I want to make sure that disclaimer out there. But we got some products that when the market goes down, you don't go down with the market. You stay even. When the market goes up, you get to ride the wave. See, that's the protection. It's safe. It's liquid. Cash value life insurance policy, ladies and gentlemen, you can pull the money out and get access to it without being penalized. See, you may hear some of these terms, become an infinite bank, become your own banker. That's what they're doing. They're leveraging cash value life insurance, and your money's protected from creditors. So you got to understand, this is high information. So we're going to teach you that. If you want to learn that, that's what we teach you. When you become an agent with us, we teach you how not only to make money, but to manage your own money. You know, I tell people all the time, if you want to learn how to manage your money and what the banks know, what better way to do it than become a life insurance agent and learn directly from the carriers? Learn directly from these billion-dollar companies that teaches you how to manage and run money. So ladies and gentlemen, you may be looking at this as an income opportunity, but I'm telling you, it's an income opportunity either way. Because once the lot of knowledge that you get for free, oh my goodness. I'm gonna give y'all a quick class. Some of y'all may know this and some of y'all may not. I had a degree in finance from University of Maryland, fine institution. We was a top 10 business school a few years ago. Now my wife may be laughing because it's probably many years ago, but we was a great school. And they never taught me this in my finance classes, called the Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 says it shows you how long it takes for your money to double. Now, this is an estimate, but if you take 72 and divide it by the interest rate you're receiving or the interest rate that you are paying. So you start looking at your credit cards and look at that interest rate. You start looking at your mortgage. You start looking at your car loan. Look at the interest rate that the banks are charging you, and then look at the interest rate they're giving you on your money in the bank. They'll give you a 10% car loan and give you a 0.5% savings return. See, you take 72 divided by the interest rate, tells you how often your money doubles. Let's use this example. You have an account. Let's call this Sally. Sally puts her money in an account, and she's 29 years old. She's 29 years old. At 4%, her money doubles every 18 years. That's simply 72 divided by 4 is 18. So when she's 47, she's going to have $20,000. 18 years later, she has $20,000. Not a bad deal, because I've had money in the bank accounts before for 18 years, and my money didn't double. So Sally's doing good. When she's 65, she has $40,000. Sally is smiling. Now, that's not assuming she added any more money. That's Sally smiling. But here, let's take Michelle. Michelle has some information that Sally doesn't know. She knows where to put her money in different accounts that Sally doesn't know about, because nobody ever told Sally. So Michelle is 29 years old too. She puts the same $10,000 in her account. Her money doubles every 9 years. So I want to show you this, because see, most people think if your interest rate is double, your money should double at the end of the year time. But I'm going to show you the power of compounding interest. So Michelle's money doubles, and at age 38, she got $20,000. Age 47, Michelle has $40,000. She has twice as much by age 47. But having an extra compounding period, the 40 doubles to 80, the 80 doubles to 160. Same 10,000. Same Michelle versus Sally. Which would you rather be? Michelle with $160,000 or Sally with 40? Now I know what your eyes are thinking. Some of y'all, I want to be over here like Susan. Susan and Bob, they know 12%. Being able to find that income, find an opportunity to get the 12%. Susan and Bob, they're over here. They ran into an Experior agent, found some more information, and now look, they got $640,000. $600,000 more than Sally with the same $10,000 initial investment, doing nothing different but understanding where to put their money. So ladies and gentlemen, that's why we're pushing this agenda, bringing Wall Street to Main Street. You wonder, there's a saying, somebody type in the chat, the rich get what? Y'all know the slogan. Somebody type in the chat, the rich get what? The rich get richer. That's why we got that slogan, the rich get richer. Not because they're super smarter, they got a higher IQ. They had access to information that the average person did not have access to, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. Now you compound this for generations. The next generation is starting with 640, where one is starting with $40,000. After funeral expenses and everything else, not including life insurance, we're just talking about regular cash flow. Are y'all understanding how the rich get richer and transfer generational wealth now? Life insurance, ladies and gentlemen, is not a GoFundMe is not a life insurance policy. Let me just make that news disclaimer. GoFundMe is not a life insurance policy. I don't have nothing against GoFundMes, but we got to realize for a few dollars, we can protect people. And we got some strategies like $1 million baby, like this baby right here. Instead of buying that baby some Jordans, get that baby a life insurance policy. So by the time that child is 40, 50 years old, that child's a millionaire. For a few dollars a day, you can put it into a life insurance policy and secure that baby being a millionaire when he or she retires. We'll teach you that. How do we do it? We got what we call a green sheet. Our green sheet is our special secret sauce. And Experior has an expert financial analysis. That allows us to gather the information. So you're looking at this saying, Eric, that's a lot of information. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do this. I want to do this, but can I do this? We teach you everything step by step. Okay, we got a franchise cookie cutter model that works. It just flat out works. And our green sheet, we designed this green sheet so you can get the information from a client in 10 minutes or less. A 10-year-old can do this. A 5th grader can fill this form out. it's non-threatening, it's customized, confidential, and it's complimentary. And we don't charge anybody for the information. We give our clients solutions and let them make the decision. So you're sitting there saying, I'm not a salesperson, Eric. You don't have to be a salesperson. You can be a data entry. Can you type in some information? Susan Smith, Billy Bob, smoker, non-smoker, lives at 125 Great Hope Lane. Are y'all with me? If you can do that and have a passion to help people, ladies and gentlemen, you can get paid like a brain surgeon over here. See, we partner with these big companies. These companies say, I want to partner with Experior. These are household names, and y'all know many of these companies, and some companies you may not know. The cool thing about Experior is we have access to over 40 different providers. So what that means is I don't have to try to shove anything down any of my clients' throats. Different providers offer different solutions. For example, Forces Financial says, hey, if you have high blood pressure or you smoke marijuana, pot, whatever you want to call it, weed, as long as you don't do it every day, we're not going to classify you as a smoker. Well, this company over here, National Life Group, says, hey, if you smoke, you're a smoker. So we got different companies to help different needs. Some companies say, hey, you know what? If your height, weight is a little challenged, we good. We like you. And some companies say, hey, if your height, weight is a little off from what the society deems, we may charge you a little bit more. So we're not married to any one particular company, ladies and gentlemen, and Experior does not try to push one company over another. We want what's best for our clients to help them meet their needs. And we have a lot of solutions to help pretty much everybody on the planet. And we got some Medicaid solutions. So next year when Medicare comes around, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have some solutions for you. Now, let's talk about the money. Some of y'all gonna say, hey, Eric, that's good. I love it. Sounds great. I'm in. If it sounds good to you, put in the chat. I want y'all to say, put in the chat if it sounds good to you. Just say yes. Sometimes I like the feedback. Say yes if it sounds good to you so far. Love it, love it, love it. We got a whole bunch of yeses. So let's talk about the money. How do we get paid? You know, what could you do with some extra income? What could you do with extra $2,000, $3,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month? You know, sometimes small numbers are not attractive and sometimes big numbers are scary, but all is possible. You get to plug in with Experior and you decide where you want to fit in. See, one thing I understand is money bridges the gaps between dreams and reality. So let's take a look at this. You know, in your part-time, helping 2 to 3 families a month, and I like to say part-time spare time, because you can do this in your part-time spare time. You don't have to stop what you're doing for most people to do this. You can make an extra $24,000 plus per month. We train you, we teach you everything you need to know. If you say, hey, you know what, I want to make a full-time career at this, just becoming a sales agent, help a few more customers. Maybe you're going to help probably 4 to 8 clients a month. You help 4 to 8 clients a month, ladies and gentlemen, your income can double. You can talk about 6-figure income now. And some of y'all are business minded and say, you know what, I might want to become an agency owner. You're talking about $100,000 to $1 million. I covered up the million because it might scare some of y'all, but it's like $100,000 to $1 million when you start looking at the agency owner type of income that's possible. Is it guaranteed? Nope. Everything may vary. It varies based off of your experiences and the effort you put in, okay? All results are not the same, but I'm just telling you what's possible in the industry. You get to plug in what's your effort, your energy, your knowledge, your skills, what you're willing to try to make it happen. I'm just telling you it's possible. And Experior is steady growing, and we just hit the United States. So this is what's possible now. Imagine what's going to be possible 2 to 3 years from now. Put your business hat on. Let's talk about how insurance agents get paid. Most people don't know. I didn't know how agents get paid. I'm like, oh, maybe you get paid on the premium, maybe you get paid on the, I had no clue. So let me just give you this example. Let's say Mr. Johnson, you get a customer, Mr. Johnson's paying $100 per month premium. And understand something, we use typical low number. The average premium in America, you can just Google it, is somewhere around $150. So I'm using the low average numbers. Some clients pay a little bit more, some clients pay a little bit less. This is just an average number just so you can get the math. So don't get hung up on the numbers. This is just for easy math. $100 per month. What those billion-dollar insurance companies say, thank you for bringing me a customer. They pay us. So they will say, you're going to bring Mr. Jones to me. Mr. Jones is planning on keeping this insurance, hopefully, for the rest of his life. but they're going to take the first 12 months of premium. So they're going to take 12 times 100. They say that's the annual premium. So Mr. Jones is now expected to pay $1,200 over the next year. Do you understand the insurance company actually pay us upfront commissions when Mr. Jones makes his first payment? They pay us upfront commissions based off of the whole annual payment. Are you kidding me? Experior is what makes us unique. We have this builders type of model that allows us to build, recruit, and bring other people in and still pay agents high commissions. That's what's changing the game. Let me just tell you, I'm excited because most builders models, if you look around, they start agents, the typical average starting is 25 to 30% for a company that has a builder's model like us. Typically, you don't see this type of income unless you're talking about somebody who just want to be a producer. They're not going to build an agency. They're not going to build a team. They're just going to write a bunch of policies independent, and they don't get any override commissions. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Experior gives us the best of both worlds. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're shaking up the industry. Companies are trying to change their compensation model as fast as possible, and most of them can't do it. So you got Mr. Jones as a customer. You're a brand new agent. You're talking about $840 commission check the following week when Mr. Jones makes his payment? SFA, look at that, up to 85%, 1,000. SM stands for senior manager. Woo, hold on, Mr. Jones pays 100. He's gonna pay 1,200 over the next year, and the insurance company's going to pay the commission. Sometimes they pay all the way more than what Mr. Jones is going to pay out for the next year. You might ask yourself, Eric, that sounds too good to be true. I thought the same thing too. But with these insurance companies, they're a little bit smarter than me. They got actuaries who understand the likelihood of Mr. Jones dying. They also understand that the average client stays on for 8 to 20 years. What? So they are willing to give up the first year or so commissions to us as agents for getting a client that's going to be with them for the next 8, 15, 20 years. These insurance companies are smart, y'all. So I want y'all to sort of think long haul for like these insurance companies. So I already showed you, right? You go out there and help a few clients. This is how it plays out in the real world. Help a few clients, 1 client a week, 2 to 3 grand. Think about that. Who can use extra 2 to 3 grand? That's a car note. That's a mortgage. Depends upon where you live. Well, go out to help a client, 2 a week. 2 a week. You can do this part-time, spare time, or full-time at this point. 2 clients a week. As an SFA, you're talking about $5,000 to $8,000. That's a mortgage in pretty much most anywhere in America, right? If you're doing this on the side, you now got a mortgage payment. You're now starting to create generational wealth. Now you become a senior manager. You start to build a team. You're starting to get what they call overrides. As you start to build a team, and I'm gonna tell you, you can get experience unless you build a team day one. I got a gentleman on the line right now. He got started yesterday. And the same day he got started, he picked up the phone and had me make a call and talk to some people. Same day he joined, he had people join his team. The same day. He's a business mindset. Experience allows you to build a team day one. And when they start generating revenue, getting clients, you're talking about overrides. This is passive income after a while, ladies and gentlemen. Then you can become an agency owner, executive director. Ladies and gentlemen, the game starts to get crazy. Now you got people who are getting people, getting people. Think about that. We're just getting started. You got to ask yourself, what kind of effort are you willing to put in to create a generational lifetime income for your families? See, here's what I want you to understand. When you start looking at the income and start putting this in perspective, put your financial lens on. If you had $1,000 coming in, residual income or passive income coming in every month, in order to generate that every month from an investments income, you have to have $240,000 earning 5%. So if you had $240,000 sitting in your account, which some of y'all do and some of y'all don't, earning 5%, you got $1,000 every month. $5,000, you need $1.2 million to generate $5,000 coming in every month. Ladies and gentlemen, I can show people how to do that in their first 6 months. Passive income. It's going to take a little effort. You're going to have to cut out a little bit of Netflix. chill a little bit less, but it's doable. What's easier? Take 6 months, make some phone calls, help some people, or save up $1.2 million without touching it and let it sit? Experior does something different, ladies and gentlemen. We got a legacy ownership plan that allows you to now pass your business down for generation to generation to generations. It's something that's not in this industry. Upon death, disability, or retirement, it doesn't exist the way Experior has it in the industry just now. You also get equity in the company. Experior's giving you equity shares in Experior. That's a big deal. When you become an executive director, you become a shareholder, you become owner with Experior. So, in wrapping it up, what makes us different? We got a generous compensation plan. You own your book of business. Agents understand that. Excellent training and support created by agents for agents. As I went over here, you can kind of see this is something that was put together by agents for agents. This doesn't have corporate shareholders, investors, oversight committees looking at this, because they wouldn't give you shares in a company so easy. They wouldn't give you this much compensation because they're worried about the dividends in return. Experior is worried about the agents growing and winning. A little bit different than what we got out there in the marketplace. And what I realized when I put my business hat on, if I can market something that's special and unique, and I can be the first one, I can be on the ground floor, because their companies tell you they're on the ground floor. And once you get there, you look up, the penthouse is already full. I'm telling you, be on the ground floor. The United States is an open territory. So what does it take to get started? There's no actual startup cost in the United States. In Canada, they do have a $150 startup cost. So if you're looking at this with a Canadian lens, because we got some people in Canada, it's $150 that you get reimbursed once you get licensed. Oh my goodness, did he just say that? Yes, he did. Once you get your license, they reimburse you the $150 startup cost. Oh my goodness. So it's not about Experior collecting the money. It's about putting in the work to do what you got to do. We got a licensing course that's regular like 300 something to change. You can get an Experior discount for $49 because we send them a lot of business, so we get a volume discount. So we got a course that helps you get licensed if you don't have a license. The other thing you're going to need is E&O insurance. You don't get that today. None of these fees are paid today. Unless you get started, you want to take licensing course, you can pay that today. But you don't pay that to Experior, you pay that to a third-party company. But E&O insurance is also to a third-party company. They can break that down monthly, quarterly, and we give you a discount company we use, or you can use your own, and then you got to pay your state license and testing fees. The only expenses that Experior is collecting from you, they give you 30 days free. After 30 days, the only fee Experior is getting, our back office. We have a back office suite that does everything, tells you training, support, product training. I'm telling you, if you really want to learn the industry, we got everything you need to learn the industry. All of our trainings are recorded. You can go back for years and years and years and learn from these carriers that they come teach and train our agents. If you're not licensed, it's $19. If you're licensed, it's $35. And as you move up, see, I told you created by agents for agents. As you move up and you're making more money, Experior pays a little more. As an executive director, I pay $79 to run my agency. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an office that I very rarely go to, and that office charges me a fee way more than $79. I pay hundreds of dollars for an office that I very rarely go to. Experior didn't require me to have that. I just wanted it for myself. So when I say $79 to handle everything, the payroll, the back office, everything you need, oh my goodness, it was a no-brainer. Remember, this is waived for your first 30 days. So what do we say? Come test drive us, no money out of your pocket, unless you live in Canada, and see if this is for you. How do you get started? Complete the AOA agreement. It's an agency ownership agreement. See, I've been involved in networking companies say, hey, get started, enrollment forms. No, this is an agency ownership agreement. We tell you up front, contractually, you own your book of business. We tell you up front that you are building something towards your agency. Schedule orientation with your coach. Get back to the person. Whoever invited you, I guarantee they have somebody who can help you get started, if not themselves. Experior is a company that our agents are well-trained. I love the fact our agents are well-trained. So we don't have a whole bunch of things going up there. When you talk to a Experior agent, you know you're talking to somebody from Experior because they just talk different. They kind of walk different, right? They don't sound like somebody who's just faking it until they make it. They sound like somebody, they don't know, they tell you they don't know. And if they know, they know. I'm close with this. Ray Kroc said it best. For those who don't know Ray Kroc, Google the movie, the McDonald's brothers. Man, powerful movie. These brothers started a hamburger shop in California. And Ray Kroc came along. He was a salesman, came along and tried to beg them to expand. They say, no, Ray, we're going to do this right here. Ray was like, y'all don't understand what you got your hands on. The country needs this. This is different. This is unique. Nope, Ray, we're going to do this right here. Well, those McDonald's brothers, their families could have been multi-billionaires. But instead, I don't know where. We never talk about the McDonald's brothers. We talk about McDonald's because Ray Kroc kept the name, but they don't own the business. See, Ray Kroc said this franchise model is something special. We can duplicate this franchise model all around the world. Those guys had little vision. They started something special, but they had little vision. So I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you're like the McDonald's brother right now. We got something special going on. And I'm like Ray Kroc telling you, let's expand. Let's expand. This is going to happen all across America and all across multiple countries. The question is, are you going to leave a legacy for your family to be remembered? Or are you going to say, nah, I'm good? I don't like being good. I want to be great. I don't know about you. Ray Kroc said, being at the right place at the right time is one thing. But the most important thing is, you got to do something about it. So if you're watching this live or you're watching this on a replay, pick your choice. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Contact your Experior agent. Let's see if you qualify. We can't take everybody. So that's the only downside. We can't take everybody. So get back to your agent and let's see if you qualify. If you qualify, let's get started, make some money, and change some lives and help some family put a smile on their face. Love y'all. I'm Erik Robinson. Have a great evening.
Good night. Great presentation.
Good night. Thank